Hare Krishna, dear devotees, we are now entering a very meditative part of our program. And for that, we will request every parents, if you have small children with you, to take them in a place where they will be comfortable. We have actually on the side of the tent, a little bit after the tent, we have a Kinderwagen. I don't know how we will say that in English, but it's a small place where children under 5 can very happily play. It's hot, it's heated, there is some light. So in case you have small children, you can also go there. But now we will need very, very peaceful atmosphere for this part of the program. Thank you. Yes.
Can we also give a microphone to Surabhi with her flute? But we might need this microphone for Krishna. Yeah. Is there a stick? One moment, we are just setting up it. We will start in a second. We are on C, in case you need to know. Good. Hare Krishna, my dear devotees, you are all advanced devotees, expert in the art of relishing bhakti. Your hearts are full of love, and if they are not, you want them to be full of love. Although my words are not very realized, I hope that they will be a scent, incense fragrance of Lord Hari. There's a saying, what wise man will not bow his head and respectfully drink well water when it has washed the daisies of Lord Krishna and has become Charanamrita. Or, although wood may be ignited by a low-class man who is a fool, the fire can nevertheless purify gold. So although I'm very low by nature, I hope that this narration may help to cleanse the last impurities from my audience, the golden-hearted devotees. I should start this katha with the first day of my visit to Giriraj Govardhan. I went into the room of a good friend of mine, and I saw in his altar a white stone. I asked, is this a Dwaraka Shila? No. Is this from Vashana? No. What is your white stone? And he said, it's a promise stone. I don't know if you have ever heard about promise stones. I didn't. So I asked, can please explain? And he said, Krishna put one time his hand on this stone and he made a promise to the devotees, a sweet promise. It was when Sri Dham, his very good friend, had asked him, "Oh Govinda, will you leave us in Vrindavan?" Krishna had put his hand on a white rock, there were a few stones also on the rock. And he said, I declare, I make a solemn vow, an oath that I can never break, on the truth that I'm Nanda Baba's son, on the truth that I am in charge of his 900,000 cows. I swear that I will never leave Vrindavan. I will never leave those who are devoted to me, the Brajbasis. And also I will never leave all of those who search sincerely for me. So knowing well that Krishna made a promise to all of you who have come to the Sanga Mela in search of Krishna, I humbly fold my hands. I bow down before you. You are worshipable by me. And I do hope that today's narration about Krishna will give pleasure to your heart. Srila Prabhupada wrote about these narrations. He said, the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are so powerful that simply by hearing, reading, and memorizing them, one is sure to be transferred to the spiritual world, which ordinarily is very difficult to attain. Of all the qualities of Krishna, one quality is especially praiseworthy for his devotees in the world. It is that the Lord is subdued and conquered by devotion. Just like a bee which is captured in a closing lotus, Krishna is captured in the heart of his devotees. Or just like a boy, a young man, is captured by the romantic love of his lover, Krishna is also captured by the love of his devotees. There is a blind poet. His name is Bilva Mangala. He lived in Vrindavan, and Krishna came every day to him. And he brought him a little pot of sweet rice. And one day, this blind poet, Bilva Mangala, understood why Krishna came to him. And he composed a verse where he said, "O Krishna, You play in the mud on the yards of the cow herders, but you are hesitant to appear on the sacrificial altars of the noble brahmanas. How is it that you play in the mud of these Brijbasis and don't come to the clean altars of the sacrificial brahmanas? You answer the mooing of the cows and bulls of Braj by also mooing out, moo, moo. But you remain silent when the sages and saints offer you reverential prayers. How is this? For the cows and bulls you are answering. You are silent when the sages call for you. Krishna, you become the servant of the gopis of Braj, while you don't want to be the master of the austere yogis and ascetics. You walk after the gopis, but you avoid the yogis who try to find you. By this, my dear Krishna, I know that your lotus feet can only be attained by love. Yes, only by ecstatic love can your lotus feet be attained. Not by sacrifices, not by hymns, not by complex yoga exercises and austerities. You can be attained only by love, ecstatic love. My dear devotees, today we will hear about Krishna's greatest devotee and her love to Krishna, and how Krishna becomes subdued by her love. Who in your understanding is Krishna's greatest devotee? Would you agree, Krishna Lila? Krishna Lila agrees. Radharani is the greatest of Krishna's devotees. If you want to have Govinda's company or Krishna's darshan without Radha, it is as unsuccessful as wanting to see the moon without the moonlight. Radha is always with Krishna, and Krishna is always with Radha. So you can obtain the other only by going to the other. Yes. There's a verse in the scriptures, and I request you to chant it with me. Anaradhya Radha Padambuja Renum Anashritya Brindatavim Tatpadankam Asambhasya Tatpava Gambirachitan Kutashama Sindhu Rasavagaha. This was spoken by Raghunath Das Goswami when he was very old. He was sitting at the banks of Radhakund. His daily meal consisted of a little cup full of buttermilk, And he would pay obeisances to all the devotees who came. And subsequently, the devotees didn't want to come to him any longer because he was so old and frail. They paid their obeisances from a hidden place behind the corner because Raghunath, who had always tears of love in his eyes, would be inconvenienced. So this is what Raghunath wrote on a palm leaf. He said, "How can anyone ever taste the ocean of love of Syam, or God, if they have never worshipped the dust that sprinkles from Srimati Radharani's lotus feet? How can anyone ever taste Krishna's beauty without ever having taken shelter of Braj, which is marked with the footprints of her delicate lotus feet? And how can anyone ever hope to come close to Krishna without having spoken to the great devotees of Radharani, whose heart is full of love for Krishna, for her actually?" My dear devotee, think about it. Can you see the moon without the moonlight? On the other hemisphere, on the other half of our globe, it is now bright sunlight. Is anyone able there to see the moon? No, because they can't see the moonlight. You can only see the moon through the light of the moon. In the same way, you can only see or understand or approach Krishna through Srimati Radharani. Therefore, her name comes first. Please repeat after me. Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopinath, Radha Murlidhara, Radha Kanaya Lal. So many, and always the same. Radha first, Krishna second. But is it really first, or is it in second? The wise devotees say they are together. It is not possible to say first or second. They are always together. The great saint Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, who came a little after Raghunath Goswami, took up this concept. He said, "Those who endeavor to attain the association of Sri Krishna but reject the service to Srimati Radharani are like people who endeavor to see the full moon without the full moon night. Radha is the origin of Govinda's pleasure. Someone who does not know this obtains only a drop of the ocean of nectar that is available to him." Krishna's sweet promise, in other words, "I will never leave my devotees," will only be kept by Krishna if you keep his most beloved devotee, his highest devotee, in your heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 For a moment, I wish you to look at the beautiful piece of art near the lecture seat. It is to your left. See, there is a big moon. And before the moon is Krishna. Could we ever hope to see Krishna without the moonlight? No, not possible. So the devotees pledge their allegiance to Srimati Radharani and her land, Vrindavan Dham, where she walked and where the impressions of her footprints are there in the dust, and where you can meet great devotees of her. So please, we will now enter into the most secret conversation of these great saints who live there. And let us first sing. Please sing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time and a little louder if possible. Yes, yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody please. Hare Krishna, Hare Before I start, I must tell you that in Vrindavan sometimes everything is is different, I want to say. I noticed that when I came to Vrindavan this time with some devotees, and we visited one saintly person at he lives at the banks of the Kusum Sarovar. He is a very old devotee, and he said that in his old days he would sometimes go to Vrindavan, and he would, in the young days, he would meet Srila Prabhupada. And he was a boy, he felt attractive to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada wanted to give him something, and he ordered him to come. Why don't you come in Ekadasi day? So he came from Kusum Sarovar. He must have thought, maybe I get cookies or toffees or something. He came to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada gave him with so much love a little children japamala, little like this. And he still keeps that japamala in great honor. It was given to him with the utmost love, and he accepted it with the greatest of respect. So we came to him, and I did not know him. He is old, he's above 80, and he talks to everyone that soon he hopes that Radharani will call him. So there were some devotees with me whom he knew. And one devotee, when he saw them, he became so happy, he just gave him a slap. Normally, when you come to someone, you open the door and then patch. You think that's a sign of rejection. But in Vrindavan, it's called a gulcha. Say? Gulcha. Gulcha. It means a loving slap. And it is a sign of the greatest affection. So I knew this. I had heard this in the lecture, and I came close to also get a slap. But he said, no, Maharaj, no, Maharaj. He became so respectful. But it is in Vrindavan when the awe and reverence falls to the side and the base is free for the highest love. There is where you can find the love of the Brijvasis towards Krishna. They don't see him as God. When Mother Yashoda asked Krishna, I have heard you ate dirt. No. Why should I eat dirt? Then you just open your mouth and show your mother. So then Krishna opened the mouth, and Mother Yashoda looked in the mouth of her little boy with beautiful locks, beautiful lotus eyes, very sweet. And she looks into the mouth, she may have expected to find a new tooth in the back side of the mouth, but what she saw was, she fainted. She saw the whole universe in Krishna's mouth. And then in that universe, she saw one planet called Bhumi, the earth planet, and there was a little boy, very sweet, with locks of hair, opening his mouth to his mother to inspect, and she could see the mother was she, and the boy was her little boy Krishna. And then she looked in that mouth and saw so many universes. And again, she said, I was an illusion. I thought this little boy is my son. But he's not. He's the Lord of the universe. I've seen the universes in his mouth. So Krishna didn't like this. It was the exact opposite of what he had in mind. So he arranged by his energy that at this moment a cat came by, and somehow the cat felt some discomfort and made meow, and Krishna went like ooh, being afraid at the sound of the cat, like a little baby is. Mother Yashoda thought, he's a baby, he's afraid of a cat, and took a little boy on her lap and fed him. with the milk of her own breast and thought, I was just speculating. Somehow some impersonal speculations came with my little boy. This is the love of Vrindavan, where awe and reverence and distance falls to the side and makes room for the beautiful queen of love, Prema Bhakti, to enter and dance. The devotee will dance with that beautiful queen of Bhakti. Krishna will dance in that dance of love. And all the three of them will dance, the devotee, Bhakti, and Krishna. That is Vrindavan love or Braj Bhakti. So you need to know this because you will hear a very particular Leela now. We are on B. It so happened that Shrimati Radharani had decorated the meeting place, the kunj, with many flowers and ornaments, but Krishna had not come. First she had gone out of the kunj and looked down the path. Every sound of the wind, every rustle of the leaves, every cracking of the twigs, she had thought, Krishna is surely coming now. But Krishna did not come. And soon, her anticipation to meet with Krishna turned into loving anger, which was as big as the Himalayan mountains. Through messengers, Krishna had heard that Radharani had given away her blue saris because she didn't want to have anything to do with anything blue. She had even given away her shalagram shilas, who were black. She had ordered her Sakis to paint the black tamal trees white. You can see here, they are all white. She did not want to have anything to do with black. Krishna had asked, but she can't ignore the sky, for instance. I'm everywhere with my beautiful form and color. I'm also in the sky. But the messengers have said, no, she only goes with an umbrella now. She will not accept you back. She has given away all her black bangles. She has given away everything. She has even taken away the kajal from her eyes so that she doesn't have to see anything black. Govinda, you went too far. Krishna was very, very desperate. In the past, he had gone to Radha Kund and did a little puja to Radha Kund, knowing that Radha Kund and Radharani are identical, but this time, nothing works. He took shelter at Kundalata. What can I do to break Radha's loving anger? Kundalata said, as Krishna, you can do nothing. You have to disguise yourself. Dress up like a singer, a lady singer. Radha is known as, Gandhavika Gandharva and Veena Vadana Sangita, all names which relate to her singing and expert playing. She is a music lover. So you come as, so Krishna dressed up. He took a lot of time to disguise himself. He had to paint his hands where there are handprints and then footprints. He had to really work hard, and finally he was ready. He looked so beautiful. So he also had to hide his voice, so he began to speak sweet as a cuckoo, and his ankle bells jingled as he walked. He walked carefully and shyly behind Kundalata and went to the place where Radharani stayed. Radharani stayed at that time in her stepmother's house. What is the stepmother called? Jyotila. When Radharani saw Kundalata coming from the distance, she saw there was someone behind Kundalata who made her heart very joyful. But she was in man. So when Kundalata was close enough, Radharani said, "O Kundalatike, who is that who came with you?" "Oh, she is Kalavali." Please say. Kalavali. She came from Mathura. She just now has arrived back from the heavenly planets. Let me tell you about Kalavali. So Radha leaned forward very innocently. Not long ago, Brihaspati, the guru of the Devatas, came to preside over a sacrifice in Mathura. And during that time, he sang a long, long Vedic hymn. It was full with an art of gamakas, of ragas, of tala, of I forgot, seven things need to be there in Vedic music. And when he was finished, this little girl, Kalavali, stepped forward and sang the same difficult song in Sanskrit without missing a beat, without, it was exactly the same. And the audience had only one word. They said, "Wow!" Brihaspati also said, "I've never seen someone so talented." So Brihaspati took Kalavali with him to the heavenly planets. "Oh," said Radha, "really?" Yes, and there in the heavenly planets, Kalavali was trained by Brihaspati in the knowledge of singing. And she has come now to sing for you. Radha said, "Wonderful. From where does she know that I like singing?" "Oh, Radha, your name is Gandharvika, the one who is heavenly and known in the art of singing. So, can she sing for you?" So Srimati Radharani said, "Really? She's so talented?" "Yes, yesterday she came back from the heavenly planets. That's why you have never seen her." Krishna said in the voice of Kalavali, remember how did the voice sound? Like a cuckoo. Cuckoo is very soft. I can't do this for you. maybe something like cuckoo, very soft. You can listen in spring, they come out in spring. So, which song should I sing for you, beautiful Radha? Radha said, well, without the support of a veena, you can't sing the Shuddha pitch because of bile in the throat. Try to sing the veena pitch. Krishna went as Kalavali in the posture. You must imagine when Krishna dresses, we would say in our culture, cross dresses. He is just so beautiful. You have never seen a lady looking that attractive because he's all attractive. He attracts billions of love gods who can charm anyone, especially the young Hare Krishnas. I have heard what is. So Krishna as Kalavali began to sing. Ta-na-na, ta-na-na-ri, ta-na-na, ta-na-na-ri. Much more beautiful. When the Sakis heard Krishna singing like this, they began to cry in ecstasy. And tears like rivers came from their eyes and fell on the ground like pearls. No one had ever heard such a ta-na-na, ta-na-na-ri. And Krishna was just warming up, or should we say, Kalavali. And then he began to sing. Now, to understand a little bit of Krishna's singing, I want to fall down with folded hands before Surabhi and her many Bansuri flutes. And I want to ask you to play for us a mind-enchanting raga that we will all faint. Perhaps if you can appreciate this type of music, raga music, you can see it does something to the heart, no? Yes, no, middle. Yes, it does something to the heart. So Radharani had fortified her heart. She had made her heart as hard as a diamond. She had promised to Surya Narayan that she would never again let anyone come into the heart, especially and exclusively, not anyone. She would never let that blackish boy back into her heart. Had just tried to throw him out completely, forever and ever. But as the melody of Krishna's wonderful singing entered the ears of Radha and the heart of Radha, something which she said would never be possible happened. Her heart, which had become as hard as the diamond, where she would not let Krishna in for anything in the world, began to give away, and it started to melt in ecstasy. Radha forgot everything. She spontaneously jumped up. She wanted to hug Kalavali, not knowing who that was, when she was stopped by Lalita. Stop. One moment. And Lalita went over and said only one word. You know this word, this name, Krishna. Radha stopped, cold in her tracks. Here it was, Krishna, by his transcendental trickery, had disguised himself and had managed to melt her heart. But you must know, her rejection of Krishna was like that gulcha, that loving slap. It was a sign of increased love. So she smiled when Lalita said, Krishna. And she said, right. I wanted to go to you, Kalavali, she said, to give you my own necklace. But I feel your singing is so beautiful that I should not reward you with my necklace. You should wear an old blouse of mine. Kalavali began to tremble. Rupa Manjari, get my old blouse. And Vishaka and Lalita and all your Sakis quickly hold him, her. Oh, no, said Gundalata. Don't do this. She's very shy. She's an artist. You can't take away her old blouse and give your new blouse. She's not a village girl like you. No, said Radha. Amongst us, lady, there's no shyness. We go and bathe without disturbance. There is no shyness. Shyness is a disturbance. And the gopis laughed and they pulled down Krishna's blouse. And when it came up to here, two beautiful big kadamba flowers as big oranges fell to the ground, and everyone laughed. Radha is always clever than you, Krishna. But Krishna would not give in. The Lord of the playful Leelas just became very, very thoughtful. And in a matter of moments, he picked up the kadamba flowers, he put on the blouse again, and ran to Jatila. And when he came to the stepmother of Radha, he fell to the ground, he rolled on the ground, and he said, your daughter-in-law is very cruel to me. Jatila said, what happened? I am the daughter of Kirtida's sister. Who's Kirtida? Mother of Radha. And I'm trying to get the kindness of your daughter, stepdaughter. I'm a relative. I have not seen her for long. And now I'm coming and she is doing her village activities with me. Oh, this is not good. My daughter-in-law should learn some behavior, said Jatila. And she went to Radha and said, Radha, you must be kind to Kalavali. You must embrace her. Yeah, she is the daughter the daughter of the sister of your mother. Be kind to her. And you should spend this evening together in your room and talk about girls, and remove all your differences. And of course, Radha smiled inside her mind because she was so happy how Krishna had again done his beautiful pastime. So we will sing a little and then we will surprise you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. A little louder if possible. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hey bo, hey bo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hello, hello, hello. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, hello. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare One more time, please, everybody of us. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. My dear devotees, our central theme is that Krishna is only to be obtained by bhakti or by love, and Srimati Radharani, as her greatest, or Krishna's greatest lover, is therefore to be worshipped by all of us. It's just like we can reach the moon only by the moonshine, no? We can see the moon only. Krishna is telling Arjuna, I can only be understood by love. No? I think sometimes we forget this. We conditioned souls may feel in our heart that Krishna is very far away. And even after many years of doing service, we may feel, oh, I'm still so unqualified. Is Krishna really loving his devotees? In Vrindavan, the devotees have developed a particular form of art. It is said that this art is inspired by Krishna himself, who came to one village and told one great devotee that he wants that his pastimes are played by young Brahmana boys. So the Brahmana boys are playing the male role, but also they are dressing into the female roles, because the idea is to not have any idea of that Radha and Krishna Lila has something to do with the attraction between boy and girls in this world. And you will be very pleased to hear that Krishna said to the devotees that I will personally come and give my crown to the Krishna performer. And Radha was with Krishna, said, and I will give my Chandika. This is like a decoration of the head to the one who plays me. And you will be happy to know that this crown and this Chandika, they are kept now in Mathura under lock and seal, but once a year they are brought in procession to this village, and they are there for public display. I have never seen this crown, but I want to see one day. I mean, the crown of Krishna. Phew. So Krishna, Radha and Krishna wanted that we conditioned souls can engage with them, because if we can't engage or look at them, how will we develop love for them? No, if it just remains a concept. And therefore they had these Krishna Lila plays. No? One of our devotees is called Krishna Lila. It comes from these, you could say, it's more than theater play. It's religious. This academics would have a word for it, but I don't know if that is the right word. But in Christianity, they play Jesus and his disciples, and in Tibet they play the different devatas. And the New Year, there are these dances. And we also in our tradition have not only the distant God, we have the close God. So in these Krishna Lila plays, they are played before temples. And there is one temple in Vrindavan, you know, the Radha Raman temple, and before this is a mandap, a place, it's an elevated platform where these pastimes are played. So please sit there in the courtyard. You can imagine there's a podest and there is a curtain. Curtain is closed. And before the actual, need to put this down, before the actual play starts, there is first a flute which is played. Flute song, which indicates that now Krishna is soon coming. Wonderful. And then the flute becomes joyful after some time. Wonderful. No, very good, very good. Yes, and then something happens. The curtain doesn't part. It doesn't open. But Krishna, dressed very beautifully as Krishna, comes out in front of the audience and sings a beautiful song. That song is so beautiful. Please listen. He sings, I am under the control of my dear devotees. Throughout the day and night, I keep them in my heart. Not for a moment or for the duration of the blinking of an eye do I ever forget my devotees. I find no peace by staying in the Vaikuntha planets, nor do I find peace in the meditation of the yogis. I find pleasure only when I stay where my devotees sing about me day and night. Imagine the audience sees Krishna and he makes a love declaration, really. I disguise myself according to the desire of my devotees. I break my own promises to honor the promises made by them. And thus, some people know me as being biased or partial. I wash their cooking pots. I drive their Volkswagen. No, sorry. I drive their chariot. And I serve them. Indeed, I do everything for the pleasure of my devotees. I don't ask them for any reward, and I serve them unlimitedly. If they offer me a fruit, a flower, a leaf, or some water, I immediately accept it with love. And then Krishna, he's still singing, no? It's very singing, gets very loving and so much deep emotions. He ends his song by saying, indeed, I offer my very self to my dear devotees, and I forget about my own opulences. I do whatever my devotees desire. I continuously do whatever it is that they want. Even if they want to sell me, I agree to be sold out of love. Out of love only. My dear devotees, you can take courage in this. Today I went walking on that long footpath. You cross the road and then you go on that long path. And when I came back, the fog was coming down and I saw some movement in the fog. I did not know who that is because I can also not see so long in the distance. And I usually, when I'm walking here, I only look to my left side, that's the right side. Does he carry a bee bag? And then I know. And I saw a devotee coming out of the fog. It was so the movie should have been made out of this. He was dressed in first class dress. I think that it was a Christmas present which he was wearing for the first time, outdoor equipment. And he had in his right hand a bee bag. But strangely, when he saw Sacinandana Swami, who comes the other thing, he just put it into the pocket of his, what is it called? Anorak, we say in Germany, his dress. And he came to me and said, Maharaj, may I ask you a question? And I was in very good mood. My right hand was almost fell to the ground. It was so cold, but I was somehow chanting very, very nicely. And I was thinking about what I would say this evening. I said, yes, certainly you can ask the question. Now is a good time. And no one is around here. And he said, Maharaj, I lost my taste in chanting japa. And his mouth started to move, almost as if he would cry. Do you know anything I could do to get my taste back in japa? And I looked at him, and my first look was, is this a serious question, or is it one of those I have to ask the Maharaj a question? But it was a serious, heartfelt question. So I told him from my heart, see, I give many holy name retreats. They're sometimes called a chant with absorption, holy name immersion retreat. They are holy name based on Harinam Chintamani. The holy name in our Shastras and tips how to improve our chanting. Many I've written, I have so many notes on this, I told him. I have two big cupboards. No, it's one big cupboard full where I live with just notes on how to chant japa. But I know one method. And if you promise that you will do it, I will tell you. I said to him, if I explain this to you, you will forget what I say to you. if I show you, it will also not work. You have to do. Can you promise me that you will, for once, do something that you have never done before? He said, what is it? Do I have to walk on my hands or something? It's very simple. But I need your promise. You mean, when do I have to do it? Just next morning you have to do it. You only try it for one. I understood he was starting to tremble and thought, oh no, now I never asked him again a question. So it's very simple, my dear devotee. When you chant, there's someone who hears you chanting. Even when you're alone in the forest, Krishna is everywhere. He's in the hearts of all living beings. He's in your heart. So when you chant, please just think that Krishna is listening to your chanting. When you chant, just think about Krishna is hearing my chanting. When you chant, just think Krishna is next to me, just next to me, closer than anything, closer than the vein in my neck, if you want it like this. Krishna is there and he's listening. And if you chant like that, I think you stand a good chance to find your lost taste again. So I looked at him, and his foggy expression, he was not only walking through the fog, he was also going through the fog of his mind. It cleared up, and I want to remind all of you this evening. The central theme of what you have heard is Krishna loves his devotees. Like he says here, what was it? I don't ask them for any reward. If they offer me a fruit, a flower, a leaf, or some water with love, I accept it also with love. No? So, my dear devotees, I think we sometimes forget the point that Krishna is a loving Lord, and Krishna is very, very eager to hear your love, not to hear your loving kirtan, your loving, to accept your loving service, all of this. But please don't forget, he's not a God who's uninterested in you. He has made arrangements to get you back. He has given you the association of devotees, and through them you have learned Srila Prabhupada. You have learned means you have met Prabhupada. He has come to you as the holy name. Please don't look somewhere else. Please know that Krishna is there for you. Hare Krishna. So we will. My dear devotees, if you would only know that Krishna is all the time next to you, you would not even be despaired if you don't have a husband. Wow! I'm talking to Mataji's here. If you would only know that Krishna is walking next to you all the time, you would not be worried of the time which are coming and that you have no money in your pocket. It would be no problem for you. But why do you always forget this? Why, after all these years, has your heart remained so cold? That is not good. That needs to be changed. So we will chant now our last for a few minutes until the altar will soon close most properly. We can all turn in this direction, please. Ravi? What? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You sing very beautiful, but I would like to remind you in this kirtan to just take the words of the Lord serious, who says, I don't find peace in Vaikuntha, nor in the hearts of even those yogis who know the art of meditation. But I come where my devotees gather together and sing my name. There is the place where I stay. So please stay with this image that Krishna is where the devotees sing and He listens to you. Yes, to every one of you. Even those of you who can't sing so beautifully, please sing with me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So, Hare Krishna, everyone. Haribo, Haribo. My dear devotees, I have one parting message to you, parting only for today. We have the full day tomorrow. If you can remember one thing, please remember Krishna's promise to his devotees. It's an ongoing promise. You are beloved by Krishna. He loves you. And he wants you to turn to him. No? So please remember Krishna's sweet promise. When Burijan Prabhu gave me the promise stone, I decided next year, if there are still cars or if there are donkeys or buffalo carts or anything, I will go to that place, which is very close, or it's on the way to Kamyavan, no? The town of Kamyavan. So, and I will bring tons of stones with me, and then you can perhaps put them to remind you of Krishna's sweet promise, because it's there where he touched with his right hand the ground of Braj on these rocks and made this promise. Oh? Hare Krishna. Good. There is